Back everyone, and thanks again for watching. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different and take a look at my account that I've had now for about 13 months, so a little over a year, versus the account that I've had for a week, and just seeing the differences, and then pointing out some of the kind of key things here to be working on every day. Today, right now, we have the Doomsday event going on, which has been very interesting. I feel like the spawns for these have been a lot more frequent. After we clear it, they respawn again. So I don't know if that's a new thing now, that after you clear everything out, that they just reset. So we've been, just doing tons and tons of rallies today, going through these guys, which has been kind of fun. And the new alliance here over on 71. A lot of people, right now we have arms race, we call it stamina AR. So we're just trying to get through the stamina, and every 4 hours you're going to have a new arms race event, and these are very important. Some people, either don't work on them that hard or just kind of forget about them. There's probably going to be maybe one or two you might miss while you're sleeping or something. But I would try really hard. Some of these are very easy. Some of these might take a little more time to do. Like the stamina event, you'll have to use either stamina or upgrade your drone. But just getting in here, getting your skill medals, your resource, as you can see, as you get up these chests here, you're going to get more and more resources, more skill medals, and then top one here. So this is for headquarters 31, 32. I'll be hitting 33 tomorrow on this account, or I'm going to wait until build day, so I'll probably open it up late tomorrow night. So 1,200 skill medals for the third box. So altogether, you're getting about 1,800, almost 2,000 skill medals every every 4 hours. So if you do even say just 4 of these a day, you're looking at about 8,000 to maybe even 10,000, if you're in this headquarters range anyways, skill medals that you can get every day. And then you can save those for the hero versus on Thursdays, where you could go ahead and dump those all into whatever heroes you're working on. So yeah, a great way to get resources, get these speed ups. If you save these speed ups every time, you're getting about 80, almost 90 speed ups here. So saving those, and then using those later in the week, whether you're for headquarters, for building upgrades. It could be a headquarter upgrade you're doing, or working on tech, upgrading your tech. So just saving these up for those, or when you're doing troop training. I did a little tutorial on how to get anywhere from 20 million to 40 million every troop training arms versus day. I did a little tutorial on how to do that, so that one's very important. And one of the key components for that is getting these speed ups. So this is one way, a really easy, simple way to get these. The only one that's kind of tricky, so if you hit calendar here, you can pull up the list. So tech, I usually save some speed ups and just do, I don't even have to do a lot of upgrades. I usually just speed them up, and then just do some speed ups, max out your tech drone, AR event, and then unit progression. That one's probably the trickiest one, because if you're stuck with troops, if you're maxed out, say on like a Friday or something, that one might be a little tricky. Or if it's like Saturday or Sunday and there were no wars, maybe you might be stuck on troops. So that one might be tricky. And then just making sure you can train troops too. If you have to speed them up and then start a new batch, that one's typically a little more tricky. And then city building is kind of similar to tech, where you can just burn some speed ups, and that's pretty easy to get, as long as you continue to save those up. Don't just keep using them every day for whatever. Try to plan. Planning is pretty important to this game. having a goal and going after it, what you're training, or what you're building, or what tech you're going after, is very important. So just focusing on one thing, not just doing whatever, because that's how you blow speed ups and resources. And then when you need to do something, then you don't have them. And then hero advancement, that's pretty easy too. Usually you can just pick a hero, drop a little XP in it, unlock those chests, or you could go into the tavern and do some recruitment. So those are pretty simple. I don't have, we finished arms race, so we don't have that up right now. Or sorry, versus. The versus already finished for the week, so I don't have that up. But versus is probably one of the best ways to get a lot of resources. You're going to get, let me see here if I can open it up here. Okay, so here's the mail I got for the daily participation. When I transferred servers, we all just kind of went to a smaller alliance just to kind of get everybody together, and then we all separated out from there. So this alliance was in Silver League, but here you get a good amount of resources just for getting up to 500,000 points. So that's free resource chests just for participating in Alliance Duel. And then at the end of the month, after 4 weeks, you get placed, either first place all the way down to last place, and you get so many chests, resource chests. You get a bunch of tokens and all that stuff. I didn't get that just because we had moved alliances, so I didn't get the weekly or the actual monthly ones. But you'll get a ton of you'll get a lot of alliance tokens that you can come in here and spend. So as you can see, I'm sitting at 106,000 right now because they gave you some when you transfer servers. I think just kind of as a loss in some of those events, you might lose out on some stuff. So they did give you some. So that's what I'm sitting on right now. I'm just kind of hanging out. I really don't have a need for healing because if you have very active alliance and you're fighting, normally what I do is I train or I heal about 9 hours at a time, 9-hour batches. And if you got 30 plus people, 40 people fighting and they're clicking the help button, you should be able to knock out 9 hours of healing in like 10 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. So that's how I usually train. If I have to, like an emergency heal where I'm maxed out on troops in the hospital, I'll grab some, and then I got a bunch that I'm sitting on in my inventory too. So normally I'm not always buying these up. I might buy a couple of them just because I burned through a lot of them the other week. But that's kind of it. I do like to grab the random teleports in case you get into a moment where you an oh crap moment where you got to get out of there. But yeah, this is a big difference with an account that's established. This level, you can get in here and buy most of this stuff. I usually don't buy these shards just because don't really give a whole lot of value, and they're very expensive for what you get. So I focus on getting construction speed ups, my troop training speed ups, and my tech. Those are the 3 big things for me. I always get the advanced teleporter because you're going to need that. And of course, sometimes I buy the legendary shards, not always the bond badges and the stuff for the gorilla because there's not many places you can get that. Then everything else, I always buy the drone stuff because that's just it's so important. You always need that. In campaign store, I can buy everything on here at reset on Sunday. So just going and doing the campaign. Every 2 days when that resets, I just jump in there and then I can get all this stuff out of here. And I mean, all this stuff in the campaign store is really good. I mean, there's no reason not to buy really any of this stuff. I mean, from universal weapon shards to speed ups, resources, I mean, everything you need. Yeah, so I buy everything out of here. The only thing I don't buy is the battle data and the stuff to make the gold weapons. I don't need to buy that anymore unless they come out with some kind of update where that's relevant again. It just isn't for me. I got too many gold weapons as it is. So if I really need a battle data, I can certainly come in here. I can buy tons of battle data if I need it for the drone for upgrades. I'm just waiting in case I need it. and the season store stuff. So that's accessible to anybody. But yeah, for the high end account right now, I'm just saving. I'm going to buy some gear prints because this is one of the few places you can buy the legendary prints. They don't have any mythic in here, which is kind of a bummer. I wish they'd have mythic. You know, if they sold them for 100 a piece or something, that would be fantastic. It just drives me crazy. There's not many options for mythic, and that's I don't understand why there's such a gap. I get that they want people to pay for that kind of stuff to have that separation, but there's so much other stuff now. The mythic prints, I think, once we had the gorilla come out, once we had the skill chips come out, there's so many things that can be bought that help separate players. Why not add the mythic in here? Why not drop stuff down for free-to-play players, low-end spenders to get into? That's my opinion on it. VIP store, I'll probably buy this. I'll just go and buy this right now because I'm going to have the gorilla unlocked this week. And then, yeah, buying my advanced teleports, always buying those. And then I'll come down here. I believe I bought all the speed ups. Sometimes I'll buy the shards, not really. Yeah, I'll probably buy some of the hero XP just because I'm going to need it for upgrading my heroes this week. I'll probably buy some of those. So yeah, that's typically what I buy. I stay away from definitely the pink or the purple shards. I don't buy any of this stuff. Don't buy the ore. It's just so expensive. Yeah, if like in a pinch and you need like 1 or 2 drone parts or upgrade, I might buy these, but otherwise I don't, you know, it's unless you're a whale, there's no reason to be gymming those. And then that's kind of like an emergency thing. If you really needed some, you can buy some resources here. So that's what I buy on this account. Just kind of the main things. You always need speed ups, but resources here I just don't think are worth it. Unless somebody else thinks so, feel free to comment, let me know. And then just so you can see, oh, somebody's dropping eggs, and of course I missed it because I was talking about stuff. I'll enjoy this rally real quick. So getting into this is probably one of the biggest things that people forget about too. The day-to-day stuff is not only is this important for build day and then kill day is the secret mobile squad getting all legendary tasks. I got the mega refresh, which is really nice. I don't sit there and click over and over again. But refreshing this, getting all gold tasks is huge because you get tons of different items. This is, again, one of the few places where you can get skill medals. And over here, I'm getting 5 level 2 drone component chests. You add this, you got 10, 15, and I got 20. So 20 drone component chests, level 2, not 1, level 2. So 20 of those. And then out these purple boxes, there's a chance that you can get some level 1s. So this is probably one of the biggest ways you could pick up a ton of that stuff, a ton of the drone component chests. And then you get your hero XP. And then one of the big things they added to these new levels is these hero shards. So once you get HQ31 unlocked, you can get these chests here, which you can select the weapon shards from. So that's pretty big. And then of course you got your oil down here. Those are kind of preset. You get that every day. And then coming over here, you know, once you do those, you can roll. Hey, cool, a legendary chest. And this is where you can get lucky and get a bunch of ore, get a bunch of resource, a ton of speed ups. These are all 1 minutes though. And then you have this right here, legendary chest. I don't need to upgrade any more heroes, so I usually just choose what hero I want to focus on in here. So once you get them maxed out, you'll come in here, and I've been working on my air squad. So I'll choose, maybe I might focus on Carly next here and get a bunch of her shards and start upgrading her to get the next HP boost of 0.5%, which will start adding up when you start upgrading these. And I'm sitting on a ton of shards because I don't know if they're going to release another hero or not, but it doesn't look like it, so I'll probably spend those next week. Trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, trucks, those are pretty straightforward. I can't choose any right now because I already sent all mine out for the day. But always making sure you're raiding trucks. I need to get my raids in today, or plunders in today. Getting these decoration chests, the purple chest, especially if you're a newer account, trying to get as many of those as you can. And then, you might need some epic gear to break those down to start building your gold weapons. And of course, you got your hero shards. If they are HQ31, these reindeer chests have the weapon shards, and so that's what I usually try to find. So right now, just to look at this, so yeah, just saving stuff up and not just spending it on every little thing every time you get something, but getting a plan together and going after it, especially once you get to this level, trying to figure out what's the best thing to do, and then saving stuff. Don't just open it as soon as you get it. Save it for the days like this. I'm saving for the tech day for versus because you get points for opening chests. So I'm going to have these I get for Monday on drone day, opening these chip chests. So these will be open on Monday. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. Just want to make sure I cover everything. It's kind of different on this one. These I've been sitting on, these Doom cannons, just because I might use them on certain war days just to get a little extra boost. Mine only lasts 3 days just because I'm not strong enough to make it into the top. I think it's like top 30 or something. That's pretty much it on this account. Oh, I can upgrade something here. Let's see what this is. That's going to drive me crazy because now I'm going to get this red dot, or this that's going to be lit up every time I get one. Yeah, of course, hero or survivors. I would not dump a bunch. Getting these gold recruits is great, but things like Vault Keeper, I just don't dump resources into unless I have nothing else to upgrade and I got a ton of stuff to do so. Most of the time I'm trying to focus on officers, scientists, adventurers, decent, gold miners, things like that are very useful. Vault Keeper is just really not useful. Who needs to protect resources when you really don't lose resources that often? And then same thing with the purples. I got a lot of purples, and again, a lot of these I leave on red because I just don't, I don't need a reason to upgrade farmers a ton. Look at this. I could probably take this to 3-star pretty easily. Just don't want to waste the resources on it. And I think that's kind of it for where to get stuff. Making sure you're doing your daily stuff here. This is really nice. We have almost level 31 Alliance gift. We are like right there. So today's been helping because everybody's running those rallies. And this is the resources you get and the diamonds and everything for this high level is very, very nice. Obviously, not everybody's able to get into an alliance with this high of a level, but even just an active alliance, trying to get into an active alliance so you can get this stuff. All this stuff starts to add up after a while. That's a really good way to get resources and gems and things like that. So if I go into my resources, all these gems that I got here, tons and tons of stuff, and then all these resources, you click on stats here, you can see how much stuff you have in total. So 2.8 G, and this I had just burned not too long ago. So getting to headquarters 33 will not be any issue. I'll be getting that, and then yeah, that's kind of it. My gear. I got a lot of stuff I'm ready to take up to Mythic. I just need more Mythic prints. Like I said, I wish there were more ways to get them. Got tons of ore. I could probably do some upgrades, take some more stuff up to level 4. And then this here, going through and doing these fights in the truck, getting the Overlord ones done too. If you have this unlocked, just get that up as high as you can. because these chests will give you training certificates and bond certificates and things like that. So very, very useful. And then, of course, you do get random loot drops out of here too. So you can get, oops, did not mean to click on that. So you can get the chest that I got out of there. So let's take a look over at the 1 week account. All right, sorry about that. I forgot probably a couple things here. Let's click on, oh my gosh. Profession. So here I have this maxed out. So when they come out the new one, I'll be able to get probably up to 75 because I have tons and tons of XP ready to go. But I have everything unlocked. And again, I have things focused on speeding up my builds, speeding up my research, just getting through that stuff as fast as possible. That's pretty much it. Nothing fancy on here. Making sure I have the bonus for contribution. So when you donate to Alliance Tech, you're going to get more back. So that's really nice, especially if you're low on the Alliance tokens. So that is that. And then click on this just so you can see my teams right now. So that's my teams. I will have, that's, I really cut back on spending recently just because we were waiting to see what happened with the transfers and how people got placed. So now that we know that, I know people are going to either open back up on spending or cut back on spending if they didn't like where they got put, unfortunately. Or if you're free to play, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I just need to get this up to 100 and then I can move on. Let's jump over to the other account. All right, we are back here on my other account on server 22. I am about to take this up to headquarters 18. I think I got one more to go after I do this upgrade. So got that upgrading. I was working on these here. Go ahead and get this one started because this will be done soon. Focusing on this. So this is in season 3 right now. My other account is not because we start season 3 in about a week. But this one I am focusing on trying to get, I need to go over here to profession hall. So I'm trying to get to level 9 so I can go ahead and get this build for free upgraded so I can really hammer out some upgrades for not super cheap, but really fast. And I'll do the research free too. But right now, buildings are huge for me. And then as I get my buildings up, I can start dumping into the research here. So that's how I would do it, just because buildings are always going to take more time than tech, especially right now. And again, going in this tree, focusing on build tech. So let's get this going here. And on this account, I did buy, I know I've been debating on what I was going to do with this account. I did buy the season pass, this pass right here, $20 pack, just to get the XP. And then I got a bunch of, here we go. Got a bunch of hero shards, recruitment tickets, things like that. That are going to be very beneficial. And then I'll probably end up buying this and then getting a level 5 drone component, because that's going to make a huge impact on my my heroes on this. So probably pick this up, save these shards. And my plan on this account is to, right now, I have my tank squad going, and that's at 2.5 or 2 million. And then this squad is kind of a mix between missile and air, because I don't have my air team yet. So I'll be getting the air team together, and then this will be my main. I'll swap this. Put this on my main because most low-end players are using tank. So I'll get that swapped over. But over here, you can see, let's go to arms race here. You can see I need a lot, stamina, the stamina and everything for the drone boost arms race is the same. So I need to get up to 30 on here. but only 500 skill medals. So I need to burn the same amount of stamina. I only get 500 skill medals. So kind of a bummer. You have such a huge gap in what you get, even though you're using the same amount of resources here as you would on my level or my HQ32 account. But these rewards are the same up top here. So 2 shards, 2 legendary or 6 legendary recruitment tickets. So no matter what, I mean, you should be able to hit this. So I'll hit this today, get my shards, get my recruitment tickets, and then of course grinding these up to get resources, speed ups, and then the skill medals, which don't make much of a difference for me right now because my heroes are so low. You need to get their star upgrades. They all have to be up to level 2. The stars need to be upgraded to 2 before you can even upgrade these to level 5. So take some time. So not too worried on skill medals at the moment on this account. Yeah, just getting as soon as I get the profession up to level 10, then I'll start upgrading everything. I got everything basically at level 1 for the resources, just because they don't produce resources that fast compared to what I need. Then I just been focused on building so many other things, and this is tedious to go through and upgrade these. So once I can speed through those, I will do those. I'll probably take them all up to, I think I could probably get them up to level 14 before I have to wait on those updates. Then of course I need to do the campaign. So when you do the campaign, that's where you're going to get your campaign medals. So you get your resource chests, and then you'll get this campaign chest, which allows you to randomly get one of these items in here. And as you get higher and higher in these levels, these will become purple and gold instead of green and blue. And then this I'll get unlocked once I clear level 5. So this is a really good way to get items. So campaign store, it's all accessible on this account as far as what you can buy versus my other account. And then honor store right now, if you remember, on my other account I could buy the legendary prints, I could buy weapon shards, just tons and tons of other stuff. I don't know, probably about 10 other things I can buy in that store compared to this store. So it's kind of a bummer that they limit you that. Obviously I don't have all the resources to upgrade in a gear piece to say 1 star with the legendary prints right now. But I was able to get the 10 honor or 10,000 honor points out of the Winter Storm event the other day, so thankfully got carried on that. Matchmaking was terrible because I was headquarters 16 at the time, fighting with a bunch of headquarters 30, 31, 32 with 220 million power, and here I am. I obviously can't even scratch them, so I'm just running around trying to capture bases while they're elsewhere. So that was kind of if you're in that position where you can't attack other people, running around in Winter Storm and seeing where people move away from, hurry up, jump over there, take over that point of interest and capture those points will help your team. Even though you don't feel like you can help your team, you can still help your team because people always leave bases open when fighting starts happening towards the end. So that's just a little bit of advice. Alliance store here. I'll probably grab some things before reset tonight. Obviously the gorilla stuff doesn't impact me right now, so there's no reason for me to spend the money or spend the resources on that, the alliance tokens on that. And then probably grab some speed ups for the tech. I might grab some drone stuff just because the drone again adds a ton of power to my march. So that's what I would recommend. Don't sleep on the drone. This is 320,000 power at the moment, which is about a sixth of my entire power on my team. And then if I get a drone or a level 5 component over here, say if it replaces the missile, that's going to be a significant jump in power on this. So yeah, keep an eye on the drone, keep upgrading that. Make sure you got your drone stuff upgrading and going. I upgraded my drone or my component factory up to level 8. I'll probably upgrade that to level 15 or 20 just to keep that thing pumping out gear so I can upgrade that. Or sorry, yeah, this is my component factory, not my gear factory. But yeah, these, I want to keep maximizing what I get on my components so I can keep upgrading my components. So yeah, that's it on this account. My trucks don't really bring a lot just because they get robbed if I try. Sorry, I forgot to record this earlier, but this is the secret mobile task on this account. Mostly purple. I haven't been refreshing a lot to legendary just because I've been saving up gems and these refresh tickets and then waiting to get my mega refresh. But I will start focusing on getting gold soon. To get anything really good. Again, doing your arms race every 4 hours, doing your frontline breakthrough. So I did that this week already. Make sure you do that stuff to get your resources. Rampage boss, this spawns. You either have the Doomsday event, which is going on my other account, or you have the Rampage boss. Even if you don't do any damage to these, go over here, click on this after your server defeats it, and look at this. I got 4 level 2 chests, which is pretty big on this account because we don't have too many components right now. And then I got drone parts, so I can do some big upgrades on my drone. And again, I didn't have to do anything. The server did that, which is really helpful. And then I got the rare skill chip chest. So I'll save that and I'll upgrade my drone tomorrow during the drone arms race and the drone versus day. And then on this account, my marches are pretty weak. Right now I'm focusing on getting some gold gear going. So I did sacrifice some of my purple gear, got that one, and I should be building another. I'll replace this with a gold piece here soon. And I wouldn't even worry about, I do have some blue on this one, but I wouldn't worry about the blue or the green. They just don't even do much of anything. 1700 HP, 10 defense is like nothing, especially if you're going to be really focusing on upgrading your account as fast as you can. This stuff really doesn't do anything. Purple gear, not terrible. Decent buffs, reduction damage, and then if you do upgrade to 10, that's all I would say. If you did upgrade them, just upgrade to like level 10 if you just needed a little extra boost. And that will allow you to do some extra damage to monsters. And that's pretty much it. And what I'm doing is I'm saving my shards because I'm going to dump them into my air squad and try to get my air squad. I'll probably try to get Diva up to 5-star as quickly as I can, and then work on the other ones as well for my air squad. So that's kind of it on where to get stuff. Obviously, you do have, it's a little bit different in Season 3 because you don't have the normal Doom Elites. But this is a good way to get the Heroes Return recruitment ticket, some gems, and then after you defeat them, you can get regular resources. Obviously, you got your gather and then your normal zombies too. They need to add more ways to get the mythic prints and make things more accessible to other people. That's what I would like to see. I'd like to see more of that stuff that was more pay to win. Drop that stuff down because there is so much more out now, and they do bring this, like this account here, for being a week old. Actually less than a week. This is about, I think, day 6 on here. So I can click on this. Yeah, day 6. So what you get on here for upgrading is a lot more than what I had on my account last year when I started it. I wouldn't be at 5,500,000 on day 6. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just kind of doing whatever. But now I'm on the mission of upgrading things that I need to get to HQ18 now, which is just getting my hospital upgraded. So I need to finish this upgrade, start the next one, finish that real quick, then I can start this. And once I get that to 20, then I can go ahead and start training tier 7 troops. and then so on and so on. I have Diva selected on my 200th recruit. And so every time I hit 200, I automatically get 10 Diva shards, which is very helpful when you have a hero you're focusing on and can get a ton of recruitment tickets. And make sure I get this little free guy here so I don't forget about that. Yeah, let me know if you guys got any questions, anything else you can think of that I didn't cover in this video. But just a comparison for an account that's been out for 1 year versus 1 week. With the way this game is set up, if you were to spend $20 a week on one account and it was a month in advance, a month ahead of another account that you just created a month later, it's the difference between those two accounts. 1 month later, the account that was established first, now it's 2 months, and that next account that's only a month old is going to be there's going to be such a huge gap. And that's just the way the game is built, the power structure of the game and how you upgrade, and such as unlocking tier 10 troops. Once you unlock tier 10 troops, you're going to have a huge power spike. So every time you hit those milestones, you're going to have huge power spikes. So Headquarters 30 doesn't really give you much. It's the access to getting tier 10 troops that gives you the huge power spikes. You don't think that there would be a big difference between Headquarters 17 and having tier 6 troops and Headquarters 20 and tier 7 troops. But once you start fighting somebody with those troops, you realize, wow, there's a huge difference, especially if they do have their teams built right and you're fighting them. If you were fighting somebody that was knew what they were doing, but then also spent similar amount of money over the similar course of time, if that makes sense. So again, hope that helps. And again, thanks for watching. Have a good one.